Well, I actually wanted to ask you about like your thoughts on being the victor in terms of instead of the victim, and I think you basically have sort of covered that sort of thing. But is there anything you want to touch on that, like the victor versus victim mindset? Because like at the moment, society is venerating you to be a victim, not you, but like it's venerating people to be a victim, as opposed to um, letting them understand the sacrifice and hard times. But like you can get out of the victimhood by becoming the victor in your own life. Is there anything you have to touch on that, or yeah, you've basically been talking
I mean,
around a similar topic.
I can elaborate further. I mean, I could, because I really like your question. I really like your question because philosophically I talk about this when I'm teaching. So, all right. It's basically taking responsibility, right? So a few things stick out to me. The very first thing is, like, from a young kid, I never looked at who was in office that much as like presidents. Up until later, where I saw that in certain things it really does matter. But it doesn't matter whether, like, it doesn't matter whether who's in office, whether it's Trump or Biden, you have to be the best you, right?
Definitely.
And you can't look to be like, oh, because he's the president, I'm failing, or because he's the president, I'm succeeding. You know, it's all on you. I mean, so I always look to blame everything on myself.
Right.
I mean, like, if I'm gonna be really simple, I'm just gonna be like, and it's you have to be a critic of yourself.
Yeah, and it's how are you responsible for like where you are?
Yeah, and I mean, here's the reality, man. Everybody's gonna fuck up in life. You know, I mean, I fuck up all the time, and I tell people I'm not perfect, but I think the most important thing is just to keep going. You know, just to keep going and never give up. And you have to learn how to have faith in yourself. And if you can't have faith in yourself, then you need faith in something much bigger than yourself. And you have to give yourself reasons to succeed in life. You have to give yourself reasons to succeed. But here's the thing. You have to do that with work, right? Like, for example, if I get up in the morning and I don't train and I don't teach, I actually don't feel good. And I'll actually get depressed. This is something true about me. And so I'm just talking about myself as a person. Like, I actually, like myself, I have to do things. I have to do things. If I don't, if I don't feel like I'm making progress in my life, I get depressed. And I start to feel like I'm wasting my talents and I'm wasting my life. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I fucked up. I've made mistakes, but I always try to get back up and keep going. I always get up and keep going, and I think, but fuck me, forget me. Whoever's listening, this is about you. You keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, refuse to lose. You have to refuse to lose, and like, look, you're going to wake up days that all you're going to have is nothing but problems. You just keep going. That's it. You just keep going. I mean, you know, shit, for years of my life, I woke up to nothing but problems. And to a degree, I still do, you know, and we all do. We all do. Everybody suffers. Everybody suffers from something. I'm not special. No one's special in that regard. We all suffer, but just fuck it. You know, find what you love. You have to find what you love, man. Like, I fucking love jiu-jitsu. I love kettlebells and I love teaching and I feel very lucky. And, you know, I haven't won all my fights. It's not every month that my school it's growing. It's not every year that my school it's growing. There were years that I was worse as a fighter. There was years that I did worse as a business. I always felt better as a teacher. I've always felt better as a teacher. I will say that. I've always felt better as a teacher because my knowledge has always grown and my ability to communicate. Because like sometimes as a fighter, right? Like right now, right? Like I go through periods where my neck bothers me. At that point, I can't be the most effective fighter because of my physical limitation, but I can still be I can still be the best teacher because I care and I want to teach my students all my best information. And I'm not going to hold anything back, you know, which like, you know, I think to really learn jiu-jitsu and to really live jiu-jitsu, you have to teach. And I love teaching, you know, that's my mission in life because of course I want to fight forever. Of course I want to fight forever. Of course I do. Because I love fighting. I love fighting, you know, but you know, teaching, it's how you give back and it's how you make the game grow. You know, and that's a beautiful thing.
But it also helps you learn. I found that like teaching helps me learn heaps.
Yes. I learned so much from people just asking me questions. Sometimes like my students will ask me something that I never thought. You know, and you know, because we're all different, our brains think differently.
Yeah.
For me, at this point, I feel like I learn equally teaching and training, you know, and here's something that's really cool. I feel like the more I teach and as time has gone on and like the better understanding that I have of jiu-jitsu, the more I'm learning from teaching. Like it only increases. I only feel like my knowledge is increasing. And here's the thing, like, I buy everybody's instructionals and I love studying. So like, you know, so like that's another one too. I study all the styles of jiu-jitsu. Plus I've had great teachers. Had a lot of great teachers.
Yeah,
you know,
we've had
so.
Well, you've had like Jean-Jacques Machado there. Like went to a couple of his seminars, and yeah, just like the level that he's at is crazy. And like him and Professor Sauer, and like you go to a Hickson seminar, and there's always something different, but it's and then you just see the different levels, and then if you get to roll with some of these higher dudes, it's like you could just feel the just the refined technique over like decades and decades of training. And even with injuries and impairments, like Jean-Jacques has his hand impairment, he's still being able to have lots of success and all that sort of stuff.